things really. So the MBS figures would not matter to ordinary Nigerians. The ordinary woman in the market, or the ordinary housewife who used to use 10,000, buy food, cook soup for the family, now knows that 10,000 cannot do anything. He now knows that, look, you have to be looking about 20,000 to be able to put food on the table, just one meal, a family of 6. So what would the MBS figure be telling that kind of woman? Like, you guys are just joking, you don't know what you're doing. So again, I think we need to be serious about the reality of Nigeria. Things are getting worse. And with this issue of, increase in the price of petrol, which affects everything. Petrol touches on everything. It's the life wire of our economy. It goes up, everything goes up. It's just what it is. And the same thing, as we are talking about, rising prices of PMS and petroleum products, we're also talking about the weakening naira. The dollar keeps gaining strength against the naira. Look, it's shameful. Now 1,000 naira would only give you about 400 sefa. Say, Cotonou money there. Look at what is happening to the dollar. Sandra was telling me yesterday, the pound, I think the pound is about 2,300 something to the naira. So by the time you put all of that together, you aggregate what we have as the reality of Nigerians. You know that this MBS data is just a waste of time. Nobody's going to take it serious. So it's the government that now has to sit down really. Look, and it's not a rice matter. Well, that's where we are not going to get to. It's not a rice and beans matter. We want to sell rice for 40,000. Now we've been on that for over 2 months. What we have on ground rice cannot solve the problem. And that's why Nigerians are saying that, look, the president has to look at petrol particularly. That one affects everybody. It touches everybody. It affects everything. So if there's any form of palliative that has to be done, it has to be done on the price of PMS. Why we now continue to talk about the need to fix our refineries and ensure we have self-sufficiency when it comes to local production of petroleum products? God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Fuad, for your insight. We appreciate you. The phone lines are open 0913-6000-410. We also have the text message and the WhatsApp platform that you can send your messages to. The number is 0913-6000-430. We're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube, so you can also send your messages via those platforms at Mainland 98.3 FM. We're talking about the reduction in our inflation figures and how there is little to no correspondence when it comes to the life of the average Nigerian, the ability to afford the basic things of life. So what do you think about this contradictory development? A reduction in inflation figures, but the cost of commodities continue to soar. Fuel prices, price of food, price of transportation, the cost of living, amongst many other things. So a reduction in inflation should automatically translate to a reduction in the cost of commodities, but we see the reverse here, which is why we want to have a conversation about this and also get your insight. So basically we're asking, what do you think about the new inflation figures? Does that give you some form of hope that a better tomorrow is on its way? Also, the model of the MBS in reading out these figures, what do you think about it? Do you think they might need to reconsider the metrics that they use in putting together the figures that they broadcast after every quarter? What are your thoughts on the rising price of goods and services despite the MBS statistics? And if you could speak to the government on how best to handle this economic quagmire, what would be your advice? You have 2 minutes for your submission. Please, let's get straight to the point. Use the 2 minutes allotted to you so other people can speak as well. I will read the messages that we have on Facebook first, the ones we got earlier, and then I would be on to the phone line. Let's read Tʀᴇɪᴅs or not has led to the back and forth that is currently going on between Dangote and NNPC. Is it not shameful and ridiculous that the president that Nigerians thought already had solid preparations after he announced on the 29th of May that subsidy is gone and focus has been shifted to other issues? If I may ask, all the foreign investors that the president has gone to woo and to bring into the country, will the president be the one to fix the price of their products? Why is NNPC fixing the price of PMS that is being sold by Dangote? The president, who doubles as the Minister of Petroleum, should tell Nigerians when the Port Harcourt refinery will become functional. Tʀᴇɪᴅs from Ijagamo community, thank you. Christopher F. Young says, good morning, Sage and Fuad, God bless you, amen. For the Edo election coming on Saturday, federal government Agencies should play the game by the rules. They should not allow vote buying, and if any politician or political party or individual is found guilty of vote buying, let the law take its place. Edo people should be ready. We have another one here, Olufemi Olayinka, who says Fuad has said long ago that Dangote refinery is purely private, which I believe. The labor union leadership should tell us the position of our refineries, and they should not call for strike all the time. Thank you, Mainland FM. Well, thank you yourself. Thank you so very much for joining. 0 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm my friend Fuad.
As well.
Yeah, this is a barrister Peter Nku. I'm calling from Maryland.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, and the figures being put out by MBS. You see, like I always say, the major problem we have is that the trust gap between the people and the government. And those in government, we put out a figure, and the citizens know they don't have faith in it because of the dubious nature of governance in this country. Those we have in power or that find a way mischievously into power in Nigeria are people that cannot be trusted. See, that is the problem. The MBS itself is a government-oriented association. It is not, unless it is on the public sector, anything government cannot be trusted in this country. And then the figure they are putting out, what difference does it mean? 0.something%, 1.something%. What does that, when you talk of inflation, those figures are immaterial. You know, unless anything less than 5% is decrease, will not make any sense.
Thank you very
because
much.
The people in the market women, they don't understand all those things.
Thank you so much for
calling.
Know?
Yes.
Thank you for calling. Have a beautiful day. Hello.
Hello. Babalola.
Yes, good morning, sir.
I think it's rubbish. One myself will tell you, a small child in Nigeria will tell you, inflation is high. It is being compounded or this petroleum issue. So what are we saying? It's like they don't know what they are doing. But in a nutshell, my own appeal to the president, look, you see, our president would believe you conserve just from this calamity that is ongoing, especially with the present situation of this fuel. I heard it from one radio that the president is willing to go to US. I mean, he just shifted his Zoom because of the Maiduguri issue. And you see, as a president, the welfare of your people is more concerned. I think that's what we want. It's better the food commodity, the commodity is there. The electricity is there. A lot of things is happening to us. We are just managing. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Have a better one. Thank you so much for calling. Just to be clear, it is very possible that there was indeed a reduction in inflation figures. There are many factors that come. The fact that reduction might not be significant enough to influence the cost of living positively. At 1.25%, it is indeed we see a reduction in the inflation figures because of factors like what Fuad said, the availability of certain food products because it is the season. So it costs less to grow these crops and supply them. And when that times might change, maybe during the dry season, we would see another upsurge, but it's possible that there's a reduction in inflation figures. But how significant it is to the cost of living of the average Nigerian is what is yet to be seen.
My name is M쏘ɪᴜ. Calling you from Amuodofu.
Welcome.
I think I see now. Whether we are 1 digit, 2 digit, 3 digit, we talk that is becoming too much. And they are telling Nigeria today that this is a reduced heat like this. I don't believe that it means I press Gary. They give me the one of 2,800 naira, the one of 3,000 naira. So that gallon of thing is not up to the size the state we want it to be. But when people we appoint to do certain job, if they are doing their job, we don't want to criticize constructively. where the doesn't go our own way. We want this to come down. But as it is now, gradually going to be coming down. I can remember last month when I see my cabbage your nearest of Ife. Many people, those union, it should be scrapped. The one you pay for tomato this thing, it should release out to certain Nigeria today. We talk of government and minority, but when you talk of corruption, it went down to the level you didn't expect. On the Nigeria today, we're family free, the community bank to free, and when community free, the governance is also free because it will represent us.
Thank you.
I'm on the.
Thank you very much for calling, Prince Wise. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Oh my. You said something just now, Ted.
What?
You said the figure they have given to us that is possible. Rice was selling for 88,000 a bag. Today it's 105,000. The only thing I know has gone down a bit now is yam. Maybe because of the season. It is seasonal. Guinea corn, the one they call okababa, has not gone down. Maize has not gone down. So I don't know where they are going to get their statistics. Maybe it's from the north. Definitely not from the south here. Because things are getting higher. Oil, vegetable oil, especially those provisions, all these noodles. What else will determine prices? If not petrol price, our government will tell people that they should bring their price down, but they will be carrying their own up every day. So if I buy rice now for 80,000 now, I sell for 82, and I go back and they say it's 85. Is it federal government that will give me that 3,000 naira that is on top? We play too much in this country. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so very much for calling. Hello.
Yeah. Nothing has come down. I don't know where people are getting their own from. Because as a Saturday, rice is 98,000 naira. Red oil is 8,000 naira for gallon. Something we used to buy 2,300 naira before. So I don't know where they are getting their own cheap things from. Maybe they should just tell us so that we can be getting it paid.
Thank you for your brevity. Hello.
Yeah, Sage, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, my name is Don Peters. I'm calling you right now in international airport.
Welcome.
Good. I bought 30 liters of fuel in my car this morning for 30,000 naira. That is, a liter goes for 1,000. I bought a bag of rice for 95,000. 6,500 for one. Okay? I think my vendor who supply us Gary, a painter is 4,300. Okay, and RMB, as at this morning, inflation is dropping. I'm sorry, I don't know where it's being dropped. I don't know if always purchase my things, okay, myself, and I pay, and I have never gotten anything cheaper lately. Okay, so people who are saying that things are dropping, I don't know where that is being, or that information is coming from. The man who supplies it. So I don't know where the inflation is dropping. You can win by propaganda, but governing a nation by propaganda is very dangerous. That is just the truth.
Thank you for
propaganda can never build an economy. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. All right. Let's pause on phone calls for a bit, read messages on WhatsApp. Ambassador Okolo in Ikeja says the reduction of inflation from 33.4% to 32.15%, that's the reduction, simply means that the rate at which inflation increases has reduced. There is still inflation and it is still high, and it will not result in price reduction. Remember, they are saying it will still increase by 32.1% increase at a decreasing rate. On MBS methodology, it just changed in presentation. Technically, they are using data to present it at their own reality. For example, when the employment rate was for the other days was considered as being employed. This may not be real, but that is their own reality. All right, thank you very much. Good morning, Mainland Radio. 𝐷𝐸 from Maryland. The statistics by the MBs in Nigerians with different pricing figures. Sage, we can speak all the grammar. The truth is that with the new price on PMS, most Nigerians will not be able to fuel their cars or put food on the table, a roof over their head, or take care of their med. May God help the nation. Steve Ikelu sent that message. We have another one here. Hello, Mainland FM. The MBS for prosecution and they will win. So tying this to MBS, they are giving technicalities to praise the work of the president, but they are not speaking to the reality of the country. What we need is for the MBS to expose the reality of the inflation, the unemployment, and the hunger in the country. We have another one here that reads, my name is Bolaji from Ijoko. MBS or APC, they're not my business. My question this morning, who are the entities that wrote to the president reporting Dangote of selling fuel at a lower price? Why did the president acknowledge that letter and refuse to name and shame them? Is the president not able to fix this issue? Nigerians demand answers to the questions. He has not done very well for Nigerians. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Dakwabiodun. From Agbadoja community. I appreciate you. I'm sorry I could not read the other parts of your messages. They were a little too crude for radio, but thank you so much. We have another message here. With all of these inconsistencies and policy somersaults, how sensible are the speeches of President an extension of the failed and leprous NNPCL? It's now very obvious. The real deal about the oil palaver is getting clearer. Confusion and insecurity is loading. The so-called NNPC is twisting Dangote and he's afraid to say the truth about their deal. We should start by asking them if the same Dangote fuel they said is of low quality is being supplied to the NNPCL, or has the quality suddenly changed? The days ahead look gloomy. Let everyone who's serious be ready to hit the prices. Dangote is a businessman, he's not a Father Christmas, and every business is set up to make a profit. The people should get the fact right and stop relying on fake news. Ayo from Ogba. You cannot regulate prices in a deregulated process. Things like Forex, amongst many other factors that can come to play, the supply and demand. These are some of the things that play into the price of a commodity in a deregulated sector. That's why we see the informal market is somewhat immune sometimes to all of these regulations because they are not regulated like the informal sector. So the downstream sector of oil, or the downstream, I really don't understand your thought process, but thank you very much for your message. We have here, my thoughts about the MBS report on inflation level is of no interest to me. MBS is an agency under the federal government and they are always ready to put out any figure to satisfy their paymaster. Hence, whatever figure they release is completely inconsequential, should be left with no choice than to throw in the towel in the way of resignation. So the resignation of the president is long overdue, considering the many blunders and failure. Victor Aloy from Igboke Ikeja. All right, thank you, Victor. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Sage.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Fuad. The issue of NBS statistics will only be reflected on what we see on daily basis. For instance, even some of the companies we buy goods from, they just rule out new price of increment. You know, you tell me, where does this NBS statistics affected the cost of things? Like some people call on phone, say the price is dropping gradually, we should be praising them. Now, but I will tell you, assuredly, that on my own side, the goods are still going up, not even stable, still going up, let alone dropping. So this MBS is just is part of politicization. Ppm show yesterday, he said they're going up. There are things we are taught. We were told not to be engaging ourselves with those who engages in criminal act and all sort of that. But today, see those that are aim of our face, they will come out and lie to you 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, without even having any shame of telling lies. And these are the elders we are looking onto. Then tell me what becomes of children when the elder keeps telling lies without having any kind of, feeling sorry about his position as an elderly someone. So that is why I don't know how we got here. And I don't know. May God help us. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Hello.
Hello, please.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Please, what are the
Please introduce yourself, sir, when you call so people can know you.
They are used in measuring the reduction of
inflation. It is not enough to say that inflation has reduced. Let them tell us bit by bit how they are able to come about this ruling laws. And I've been saying this, that they should watch it, honestly. You come out with propaganda and disregard for people's living standards, because our living standards drop. That is, you don't have any. And you are not there. I go there in 4-5 different ways. Now, you are the one that is fixing, that you have not been with Dangote right now. Fixing prices. Something you say is illegal. The fuel is on standard. It's not licensed. You are not giving them food. And also manner of discreditation. And now you are fraternizing with them now. And you cannot fix your own refinery for. Is this good job now? I don't know if there's any failure to talk about it. Is what I will give you another name. Honestly, if I'm doing something that people are complaining about, I want to have an introspect. Look at myself within myself and ask myself some important questions about my issue. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much for being a part of the conversation. Hello. Okay, please call back. Hello.
Has been costing into the issue. I have about 2 or 3
Please tell us
issues.
your name, sir.
Who's calling from Aja?
Okay, sir.
Yes. The first one, the issue of the MBS in life. I only look at it as life. I'm telling you, because some formula that you have, it depends on the empirical data that they have to work with. These people, in survey out of 100, they do survey of 20 or 30. That is upon. So we cannot really blame them. They cannot move around to have a large empirical data to work with. Are going now. I want to tell you that you people that are in the press, you just need to keep on to let the government know the true state of the issue of the people.
All right.
Everything is getting more and more catastrophic.
Thank you for calling, sir. Thank you so very much.
All right.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, let me tell you that maybe what they are talking about is that, like you were trying to explain, that the inflation that was, increment on the community is that here, let me start with the Agbero's money. At my bus stop here, Agbero used to collect 200 naira. Maybe that solution is that they were supposed to collect 600, not 400. But the thing has made there, that I'm still keen into that too. Where I used to buy a wacoin and plantain, then potato, and then the food there used to be 350 before. It went to 600. It went to it got 1,200. So maybe what they are saying is that it was supposed to be 1,500. At the rate it was, then it won't always come up. When people tell you we are suffering, you come with propaganda to give us what to talk about, to burn our credit on the radio. You are not doing the right thing. To me, it's just about calling black white, calling maybe eating a plate of food 1,500, and I will still need to go and buy biscuit again and add up to that. I did that yesterday. I have to go and buy Indomie again. 2,500 for my children around me to eat along with me. I beg, they should be serious, because God is judging everybody one day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Peter. Hello.
Babalola, good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
My name is Robert.
All right, welcome.
If I don't know if they have become a political party, understand, or somebody is now. Even in the church on Sunday, a pastor preached that Nigeria have resolved to, buy yam, slice yam, yam will not be one they roasted on the road. Instead of you to buy full yam now,
they will have found video before when they are on TikTok, something like that. Slice rate they are quoting on newspapers and television every day for people to see. You understand? Even the government this country, you always have to do the problem to Buhari. Then when you know Buhari customer, you fight for such an enviable position to rule Nigeria. We are expecting you to solve the problem of this country. Rather, people are getting worse and worse every day. You are relying on Dangote. I don't understand. They don't have solution to the problem of this country. They are just here just to become president and the rest. It's unfortunate that we have APC in government. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so very much for calling. If you're just joining the conversation, this of PMS and also the depreciation of our currency. Although we have the MBS reporting that inflation has gone down, reduction have on the cost of living. The Guardian actually takes it a step further by giving us a depiction of the prices of commodity. A bag of rice now 95,000, a bag of beans now 230,000 naira, yam for 6,000, gari for 56,000 naira, pepper for 100,000 naira for a basket, and bread, a loaf, is about 1,800 naira. Now, these are some of the things that sort of play into the metrics that are used to determine food inflation. For example, there's headline inflation, there's food inflation. But then people are asking, experts are asking, how exactly do you attain these figures? If the prices of commodity continue to increase, how is it that the inflation figures are reducing? Especially now that we've seen an astronomical increase in the price of PMS. We went from buying at 195 to now 1,000, 119, 15, depending on the region of the country you're buying from. So what we really want to know is your thoughts regarding the new inflation figures as put out by the MBS. Also, the model that the MBS uses in putting together these figures. And what are your thoughts on the rising price of goods and services despite these statistics that have been put out by the MBS? And finally, if you could have a conversation with the government, in what ways do you think they can rectify this particular situation that we have found ourselves? To call 0913-6000-4100430. Don't forget to join our live stream on Facebook and on YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. I'm going to read Facebook messages. Go back to the phone. Mainland crew, I'm Emmanuel from Agbara. For the fact that we are entitled to our own opinion does not mean we should try to defend the MBS report. Yesterday I went to the market. It was not a good experience at all, as feeding is now becoming a problem. God, I beg. All right, Emmanuel, thank you very much. James Ogbona says, Sage, I greet you swiftly. All these MBS data on reduction in inflation is only on paper. It is not real. What concerns a tomato or pepper seller with the MBS data? Sage, we don't need to read data from the MBS. Let Nigerians be the ones to begin to testify about the prices of goods that are now falling steadily on a daily basis. I want to know 100 naira, at least in my area. So the price for that has come down. I can testify. And I was told that the prices of tomatoes, hold on, the data is not true. In fact, they should take us back to single digit inflation era. Okay, Sage, you're a woman and you cook regularly. You can go and confirm prices, especially tomatoes. What does me having a woman have to do with it? But anyways, Ralphie AGK says, how will anyone believe the prices of things are getting better when petrolians are ignorant? All right, thank you very much for your Facebook messages. Let me go back to the phones. Hello. You're live. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
This is Michael. To give the federal government idea of what they're supposed to do to make the inflation to come down. In it themselves, so they didn't have. It's like if all these our leaders, I'm sorry to say, it's like if they don't go to look at the land from here to those states, from here to ᴄᴏᴜᴜ. What are they doing in that? What are they doing with the land? So they don't know that they're supposed to use the land. So the land is meant to farm it on top of the land. Well, why can't they reduce their own allowance? Let them reduce the allowance. All those escorts that are following them, maybe 100 people, 100 escorts will follow one person. Let them reduce it to one or two. The president of Ghana here, when they show the man, there's nobody that was following the man. Because the conscience of that man, his conscience is clean. Because his hand is clean. But even our common councillor here or local government chairman here, if he's going to Ogba or Agege or Ikeja here,
you will see their work. They are not sure of their life because of their hard work, because of their behavior. A government to go to state that they will store yam for incoming season. So anytime when the finish planting, they burying all the yam, the remaining one that their children will be feeding on that one. Then depending on the time the new one will come. Why is it that Nigeria is just putting people on under? We are suffering in the midst of plenty. We are suffering in the midst of plenty. Why is it like that? Is it a cost for this country? In fact, I don't know why. I've never seen this. I don't know who will come and rule Nigeria. I don't know. And if in another country, when you are doing something that is wrong, if you don't know the solution in another country,
thank you for calling.
Why is it that Nigeria leader cannot resign?
Thank you so much for calling. Hello.
Madam Sage.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Let me use my language. It's okay. See.
Tell us your name, sir, where you're calling from.
Onosanya.
All right.
From myself, Onosanya from myself. Right. I just came back from work. Yesterday was that Nigeria is suffering. I live in myself here. Come and see how things get worse. Cost, very costly. When somebody lie, false. I did not. So this government is coming on that this is what they will be saying, ruling us with lies. If somebody lie on government now, what do you think the government will do to that person? As we are speaking on the radio now, we lie on them that they are doing this. What do you think? They'll come and lock our station, they'll come and pick that person. And they are coming to us to lie. Pay 50,000 to market now just to come and buy something. In myself here, as who do you want to advise? They should change their mind. See, there's a lot of money in this country. Well, we just have to advise them that they should not make people change when the time comes, so that nobody will blame each other.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Just to be specific, right? So these are the food items that have reduced in prices. The Guardian is reporting that prices of food items such as gari, yam, palm oil, and yam flour have slowed in the last few weeks as a result of the harvest of crops following the rainfalls that resulted in flooding in some parts of the country. The price of tomatoes, onions, and peppers have also receded as the rains intensify. So basically, food commodities that are usually grown during the rainy season, the prices of those food products have reduced, like pepper, like yam, yam flour, usually a derivative of yam in itself, amongst other things. So these are the food items that have seen a decline in their prices. And these are some of the factors that they employ when putting together their report. Hence the 1.25% reduction. So we might not see that reduction in the price of cars, for example, or in the reduction in the price of what your rent used to be, or we might not see a reduction in the food items, especially those that are grown during the rainy season. I just wanted... Hello?
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
My name is as you are all aware that our president is being methodological and pragmatic approach to develop Nigeria. So, if I...
Oh, you can call back. You still have time. Just call back. I'll answer. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Sage. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, this is John calling from Ojota.
All right, welcome.
You see, we should not be deceptive in all our way of approaching. You see, they say that because of a climatic difference, rain season, everything come down. What of logistic approach? Okay, during the rainy season, that the increase of logistics. See, currently people that are living in my 12, when I newly entered this Lagos, my 12 was the best place to get a ship. You see, we should not be deceptive in our way of approaching things. You see, there is leadership capacity in this country is zero. Because the welfareism of your citizens should be the major priority. You want to China, you sponsor your people who have been clapping for you after you made a lie. You tell lie, group of clappers will be clapping for you.
Have a great day. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so I was trying to explain that we should be patient with Mr. President. He's being pragmatic and methodological. Mr. President has told us that he has our interests at heart, so we should be patient with him. The drop in inflation is as a sort of presidential order issue that 50 kg rice they are selling all over Nigeria. That is the reason why we are witnessing all this reduction in inflation. So you just have to bear with him. But one thing I want to draw your attention to is that the word of God is being fulfilled, that some things will be taken from the poor and be given to the rich. So that is what is being fulfilled. Nigerians have entered one chance. It's only God can deliver us. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for calling. Let's do WhatsApp. All right, pinch of salt, especially the ones from the MBS. Generally, on what next after hiking petroleum prices, I think now we have to lean harder on our governors, particularly as regards to food availability. Each of them must now take self-sufficiency in food production more seriously. After all, they have the land. There's no reason why any state cannot at least produce on food inflation, and that could be the low-hanging fruit for now, since we seem not to know where the federal government is going. Country that is the largest oil producing in Africa, we're buying PMS for over 1,000. So you can see that the irony never stops. That are still applauding the APC rally in Benin, despite the pains that this party has inflicted on all of us. I honestly don't see any change in sight for 2027 because everyone has gone mute on the Electoral Act that forced the present crop of leaders on us, which we all know has many loopholes. 𝐴ᴨ from Aguda Surulere, thank you for your insight. We have here, hello Mainland FM, it's unfortunate that the MBS have been dragged into the propaganda of this administration. How can inflation be decreasing and the prices of commodities keep increasing? If the figures being put out by the MBS is through, by now it should have reflected on the economy. Do you know that the cost of transportation is gradually becoming what Nigerians cannot cope with, which has resulted to many people trekking? The most annoying part is where, despite the approval of the 70,000 naira as minimum wage, the fact remains that majority of the governors are yet to start paying the minimum wage. My advice to the government is to stop the simultaneous policy. It's either the government brings down the pump price of PMS or stop the floating of the naira. The two should not be carried out simultaneously. The removal of fuel subsidy is the architect of the inflation that is bringing all of this hardship to Nigerians. May God bless Nigeria. M쏘ɪᴟᴜ from Ijagemo community, thank you so much. We have here, it's only in Nigeria opinions from Afiz. Why is their opinion? We're just here to take it. It's not my place to say whether it's wrong or right. It's just their opinion. But thank you so much. Relative results concerning the MBS, I'm disappointed with their statistics. It shows unprofessional. Come on. I'll just move to the next line. Concerning Edo State election, APC believes Kayode from Jakonde Estate says, let all of us sit down at home for a week and allow the government and Dangote to sit down and decide how much fuel will be sold to Nigerians. We cannot continue inflation figures wrongly. First, this figure is for August 2024, not the current market price. Last month, the rate of increase of the prices of these items fell in August as compared with July, hence the fall in figures. When the figures for September would be released in October, we would see higher figures, especially when we gauge the effect of the increase in the prices of fuel, electricity and transport, the drivers of productivity. So the MBS might actually not be wrong. All right, thank you very much for your message. Hello.
Hello, Sage. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Sage.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you thank you because I observe you have a lot of improvement in terms of how you coordinate this program. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
You know, I personally, before I call, I made a complaint about you. But to be honest with you, you are so humble, so tolerant, so professional, honestly speaking. So thank you. Keep the good job doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. And in terms of, I heard you saying that what is the way forward? What is the solution to all these problems? I always found people feel like I sound so negative. No, it's reality. These are facts. said, you can't be a successful politician in Nigeria without you going off to it.
Cannot
No,
substantiate that claim.
No, I
Let's
can
not say.
substantiate.
We can't.
I can.
So please,
I
let's
can,
not.
because
Let's not.
we had what happened during NDDA. When he took to someone, they took, okay, thank you. So when you have people like this, definitely the people are not in their mind. You just go there because you can't. How can you imagine? This last year by this time, or 2023 January up to April, we are buying fuel at 180, 175, 190 at last. Today we are buying. He's here to serve you better. He's here to give you good service. He care about you. He feel about you. But every day he adding pain to us. In fact, as it is today, the president we have today, he doesn't be somebody who cares about what is going on in this country. What he likes is to fly people, moving at like tempo, to have like 200 people on his convoy.
Thank you for calling.
We are not going anywhere. Please.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Alhaji Olisa.
All right, welcome.
I'm calling from Fᴏᴜᴜ.
All right.
Yes, the topic of today, what I've just noticed is that the statistical data release, I think, is for August, not for September. Maybe the one of September will come out on October. But what I want to say is that this government is full of the state, using grammatical error to confuse people. They always come up with different grammatical error. They don't mean to use the restroom. Everybody will understand that language. But for this government to say that they will coin a grammar, I can as well say there's a crudency for demotically emancipating my internal congestion. Can you decode that, Madam Sage? From the first one I've just made. And he ended it by saying we should not pity him. Please, the man should come up. Nigeria is suffering.
All right,
Good morning.
Of dictionary concerning inflation is correct, then whoever is telling us that inflation is reducing is deceiving the government that rely on that information. And how can an NPCL start selling petrol for 950 naira without the minimum wage of 70,000 naira, which President Tinubu have not started paying? It's not the president that will pay you minimum wage. First of all, have your governors implemented it? That's a different conversation. But the president should know the renewed hope he promised is turning to renewed suffering and hunger. We don't need rise. We need reduction of pump price to 400 naira. Benjamin from Shogunle. All right, thank you very much for your message. We have another one here. Hold on. Good morning, Mainland FM. I bought fuel just now at 1,000 naira to a liter from Babalola. Please, the fuel is bringing businesses down. Please, Oremeji Junction area Babalola have not gotten lights since Sunday. They should fix the lights. Isioma from Babalola. All right, thank you very much, Isioma. We have another message here. Good morning. If the inflation figures have dropped, I want to ask, the major factors that led to the current price of the commodities, have it been addressed? I wrote there, by the way. This is a well-calculated ploy, as nothing practical has been changed. Emeka Moses. We have another one here. My name is Prince from Shagamu. They are just making anyhow news to keep Nigerians busy. All right, thank you. We have here, good morning, Sage and Fuhad. You sent this on Facebook already. There's no need for repetitive messages across for radio, all right? But thank you, I understand. We have another one here. Good morning, Sage and Fuhad. When we were growing up, we were taught to dissociate ourselves from people of criminal tendencies. But unfortunately today, people of such characters have been at the helm of affairs of the country. When we were growing up, we were meant to believe that elders do not tell lies. But today, lies have become just politicizing. James from Agbado Junction. All right, thank you very much for all your messages. I think I sort of was able to read all the messages that we got. Yay me. Thank you so very much for your participation. Thank you so very much for coming along with us since the start of the Morning Express with trends in the papers. And now Mainland Focus is done. By 10, we'll be back for Global View. At 10, we have Global View, where we have conversations about events playing out in the international community and sometimes even how it concerns us. I'm Sage Babalola. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. The Morning Express continues up until 11. Fuhad Saheed will still be joining us at 10 for Global View. Don't go anywhere. We are the sound of Lagos.